Hey guys, it's Viv
and G.
Welcome to our channel. So we just finished watching the season finale. That's it. Season finale of The Bachelor with Colton.
Oh my goodness. Yes, finally we got to see part 2 tonight and to see what ended up happening with Cassie and Colton.
Yes.
So this episode started off as last night's ended with Colton going to Cassie's door to talk to her and try to win her back. So as Colton arrives to the door and Cassie opens it, it was a weird vibe. I mean, obviously she knew something was happening because she was mic'd up and cameras were there and everything, but she just had like the weirdest smirk and I couldn't tell if it was like genuine because she was excited to see him or what was going on. But Colton asked her to go outside and they had a discussion.
Then Colton proceeded to tell her that he had now dumped Tayshia and Hannah G for Cassie, for like a second chance with Cassie. And her first reaction really got under my skin. She had this smirk, and maybe it's just her way of reacting, you know, where people like laugh at funerals, like people just have weird react. That's what I felt from her, because she was like, like almost like laughing at him, but it was just awkward, weird. I didn't like her reaction. It
was so weird, and it's just so hard to tell with her personality if she's being genuine or not. So as he's confessing his feelings towards her, they do end up sharing a kiss, and then after that kiss, he decides to ask her if she would like to go to Spain with him to meet his family, which it's just so crazy, you know, because
this girl just walked away from you and now you're like inviting her to meet your parents. Like, it's just, obviously this would only really happen in the Bachelor world, but it's just really fast-paced.
And of course she said yes, and I don't even know if it had to do with Colton. I think it had more to do with going to Spain. And then Cassie said something really weird. She was like, I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm really happy right now. Like, what? You still are going into this, meeting Colton's family, so confused. It's just, it's so hard to watch because we can see how much Colton loves her, and for her not to like give anything back still at this point, it's a little difficult.
To give her the benefit of the doubt though, I do think this whole scenario for her with the camera crew and production and all of that might just be her be getting in her head. Her getting in her head, and overthinking everything. So yeah,
I'm sure it's a really confusing process.
So now we're in Spain and Colton's with his family. He tells them everything that happened. His mom's face was like, especially after he told him, like, this girl walked away from me, I dumped the other 2 girls, and now I'm getting a second opportunity. That's a lot to hear as a parent, I would imagine.
And they straight up asked him, they were like, are you in love? And he was like, yes.
Is she in love?
No. Like, oh my God. So then Cassie comes, Colton meets up with her, and they have a little discussion before she meets the family. She was very emotional. She started crying. She was like, I don't want to disappoint them. And obviously, this is like such a strange thing. Like,
it's a really strange first impression.
Yeah, she's about to say like, I just dumped your son and I'm really not in love with him yet, but like, here I am, hey.
Right. So then she goes in and meets his family. So then Cassie proceeds to have conversations with both of Colton's parents, his dad first. And it was just really awkward and just, I really felt for his parents at that moment because obviously they're asking really concerning questions.
Yeah, and Cassie said to Colton's dad, I just want him to be with someone that's insanely in love with him. Like, you are supposed to be that person that's insanely in love with him. So that was really confusing, I'm sure, for the parents.
Then Cassie proceeds to have a conversation with Colton's mom, and same thing, like, his mom is just super concerned. What parent would it be concerned?
Right. So after the meeting with his family wraps up, they finally have their last date. So they head over to a cliff in Spain, and they actually kind of like belay down the cliff onto rocks again for a picnic.
It was like the most uncomfortable looking picnic ever.
Yeah. And some of that conversation was pretty uncomfortable as well.
Yes.
So Colton asks Cassie, you know, what's scaring you? And she literally said, being in a relationship in general scares me.
Like, why would you go on the show?
Exactly. Like, what? But then she proceeds to tell a little bit of a story about her ex and how he was very controlling and how she's scared to get into that again, which I totally understand. But if these are some of the fears that you have, you shouldn't go on a dating show specifically meant for people that are ready to be in love and ready to be engaged. Right. That's just not fair.
Yep, I agree. After the picnic, they go to dinner, and Colton pulls out the famous fantasy suite, you know, invitation, and Cassie accepts. Mm-hmm. So once they got to the hotel, Colton quickly said to the crew, the camera crew, guys, I love you all, but you need to get out.
Mm-hmm. This was literally my favorite part of the whole entire season because it was so real, you know?
The crew was like, okay.
Yeah, like obviously they've been working with each other for a couple of months, so it was just really cute. And then they shut the door, and then they were like, wait, de-mic us.
So then we cut to the next morning, and Colton's serving Cassie breakfast in bed, and really, Colton treats Cassie like a queen.
Yeah.
So then we finally get to cut to the live show, and we see Colton and Cassie together at last.
Yes. And guess what? They are still together, guys.
Yes.
Which I'm kind of surprised by. I don't know.
Me too, but again, giving Cassie the benefit of the doubt, tonight she really did look in love.
She did, yeah.
She genuinely looked so in love with Colton, so I'm really happy for them.
Yeah. And they showed a little bit of their weekend getaways that they've had since they've been in like hiding. So it did look really genuine at that point.
Yeah, it did.
So since there was no final rose ceremony, Colton gave Cassie her final rose tonight, which is very cute.
Yes, it was. So after that, we had the band Air Supply come on, and they played live. And while they played live, Colton and Cassie, of course, are doing their little slow dance. And it was really cute because they were playing to a video of their whole relationship on The Bachelor. So that was really, really sweet and a really cute ending to their relationship.
Yes.
On the show.
Not their actual ending of the relationship.
Right.
Because clearly they're still going.
Yes. Next, we finally hear who the next Bachelorette is going to be.
Mm-hmm. And as we all predicted,
G predicted,
and Twitter, it was
Hannah B.
Oh my goodness. I had my doubts about her for sure. You guys know that. I don't know. I just think it was a really strange pick.
Yeah.
But after tonight, she was so funny.
She is very awkward. I think it's hilarious, but she's so genuine, and I think a lot of people are going to relate to her not being a perfect, well-spoken person.
Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy because she is a pageant girl, so you think she would be, but I think this is such a different element. This is, you know, pageantry, she's kind of putting on a show, and this is like her real love life. So she's having all these like giddy little girl like emotions, so I totally understand that.
Yes. So just like the last couple seasons, they brought out her first 5 guys for her to meet. Mm-hmm. And wow, some of them like spoke into her soul. Yep. Some of them rapped. I mean, we had a little bit of everything tonight.
Yeah, they were all really cute.
Yeah. So then Hannah B quickly was like, oh, am I giving out a rose tonight? And I was like, wait, what? Don't you want to wait for the other 25 men to arrive?
It was so crazy.
It was really crazy. Mm-hmm. And she gave out her first rose tonight.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Chris Harrison came up with the rose, and she was like, wait, I don't even know how to do this. Like, what am I doing? It actually took her so long to pick the person, and I totally guessed who she was going to give that rose to. It was this guy named Cam.
The rapper.
Yes. And it was so cute. She was trying to put the rose on, and she like wasn't doing it right. And then he was like, yes, I will accept this rose. And she's like, oh my goodness, I forgot to ask. So I don't know. That was so adorable.
I am really, really excited for the next season of The Bachelorette.
Yeah,
it really just put me in a much happier mood. I feel like Cassie and Colton was a really heavy first hour of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them, but I'm also really excited to move on to the next Bachelorette.
Over it, let's move on.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching and finishing this Bachelor season with us.
Yes.
Make sure you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you guys can see every time we upload a new video.
Yes. Also, now that we're going to be in between seasons, is there anything you guys want to see from us? Because we would definitely love to entertain all of your ideas and see what other YouTube content we can come up with.
Yes, for sure. So please comment down below.
Yes.
And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.